What's up, everybody, and welcome to Wildcard Sports. In today's video, we are going to go over my Week 2 picks. Last week was a little rough. We went 10-6, still winning record, got 100 points with the picks. Didn't expect some of those games when expected the Lions to pull off an upset. Packers looked amazing. What else? I expected a Jets upset over the Steelers. We almost got that, but there were some tough ones there. Let's go into Week 2 and do a little better here. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe if you're new. We're going to go over each game. I'm going to make my picks, and feel free to comment and let me know if you agree, disagree with me on those. All right, here we go. Starting with Thursday night football. Great matchup. Packers, Commanders. Packers looked amazing against the Lions. They looked on fire on the defensive end and on the offensive end. I think I'm going to ride that momentum. They are favored. If you look at the line really quick, Packers are favored by 3.5. They are at home. I'm just going to take them. Maybe I don't know if they'll fully cover the spread there, but I'm taking the Packers to win that game. All right. Jaguars, Bengals. Dare I say this is a must-win for the Bengals. I know we're only in week 2, but they can't have another bad start in September. Sure, they could bounce back, but if they lose this game, something's really wrong with the Bengals here. I got to pick them to win. 91% of Americans picking them to win. Looking at the spread for the Bengals, they should be favored. They are -3.5. You would think it'd be more. And man, if they lose this game, there's trouble in Cincinnati. All right, moving on to the Giants-Cowboys division game. Cowboys looked like the better team against the Eagles last week, and they almost won that game if it wasn't for all those drops by CD and a few other things. But the Cowboys back at home, division game, they will get this W. I'll take them to win against the Giants. Could be a low-scoring game because the Giants' defense is pretty solid. But, Giants lost against the Commanders. Another road game for the Giants is tough here against the Cowboys, and I think Cowboys will bounce back and win. Let's look at the spread on this game. Cowboys -5.5. So, yeah, I'm going with the Cowboys on this as well. All right, moving on to the Bears-Lions. Another division game. Lions did not look good. I knew they would take a step back, especially on the defensive end and on the offensive end. Bears looked good, even though they lost the game. They looked like really good in the first half and kind of fell apart in the second half. Lions back at home after that embarrassing loss to the Packers. I got to look at this line before I make my decision fully. -5.5. Okay, I thought it would be a little closer. Oh, man. I got to lean Lions as well. This is a tough spot for the Bears to go on the road on this one, division game. So I got to lean Lions on this one. Moving on to the Rams-Titans. This should be an easy one. Rams defense looks good. Titans are a young team. Maybe they could pull off the upset, but I'm sure Rams are favored by over 5 at least. Let's look. Yeah, 5.5 again. I got to lean Rams, but my heart wants the Titans to win. I'm a Niners fan, so I definitely want the Rams to lose. But this is going to be a tough one for the Titans. Maybe they could use their home field advantage to their advantage, but I think Rams will pull this one out. And it could be a closer game. It could come down to a field goal. All right, moving on to the Patriots-Dolphins. Talking about embarrassment, Dolphins got embarrassed by the Colts last week. Did not look good at all. Like, literally, the Dolphins looked like the worst team in the league last week. Back at home, though, they should bounce back. A lot of weird things tend to happen week 1. Dolphins should bounce back. Patriots should have won the game against the Raiders last week. Let's look at that spread. This is a coin flip game. Dolphins, Patriots, -1.5 for the Dolphins. I expect a bounce back game from the Dolphins, so I'm going Dolphins. Even though the Patriots need a bounce back game as well, but man, the Dolphins really got embarrassed last week, so they got to really figure things out, and I think they will back at home against Patriots. All right, moving on to my 49ers and the Saints. We don't know fully about Brock Purdy as I'm filming this video. Kittle is already out, which is a big blow to the Niners, but if we do lose Purdy as well, that can really hurt us, and we could lose that game against the Saints. Mac Jones would be in there if Purdy was out, but as of now, it's still questionable. He's not ruled out or anything like that, so Purdy could play. If Purdy plays, Niners win for sure. If Mac Jones plays as a starting QB, we could lose that game, but we still could win it with Mac Jones, of course. But it could get dicey if Mac Jones is in there. If Purdy's in, Niners win for sure. What's the line now? I'm curious. Okay, Niners minus 4.5. And I believe that's the line with Purdy in there. If Purdy's out, maybe it's going to be like Niners minus 1.5 or something like that. But yeah, go Niners, and they have a great defense. So Niners defense against the Saints, I really love that. All right, moving on to the Bills-Jets division game. Bills looked great. What a comeback against the Ravens. Sure, the Bills were down by a lot, but they were putting up points as well, giving up a lot of points, but it was the Ravens after all. Jets looked really good against the Steelers. They could have won that game. I just don't see the Jets winning it at all, but go Bills in that one. And let's look at the spread for the Bills-Jets game. If I could find it. Okay, yeah, Bills minus 6.5. So should be an easy one for the Bills. Seahawks-Steelers. DK going up against his old team. This should be fun. If you have DK in your fantasy lineups, I'm really believing in him this week. But Seahawks are a good team. They have a really good defense. Steelers at home, though. Aaron Rodgers' debut at home. I'm going to go Steelers right off the bat. I'm a Niner fan as well, like I said, and I do want the Seahawks to lose. So I'm kind of betting with my heart on this one. Looking at the spread, Steelers minus 2.5. So they are favored at home. I am going with the Steelers, though, to win this game. All right, moving on to the Browns-Ravens. Ravens, what was I going to say? Ravens played well against the Bills, really well. They should have won that game. And, division game, but Ravens back at home. I feel like they're just going to destroy the Browns. What's the betting line on this? Where is it? There it is. Wow. Ravens minus 11.5. I feel like the Browns could keep it close only because it's a division game. They tend to play each other tough, but yeah, Ravens for sure winning it. All right, moving on to the Broncos-Colts. Colts looked great, but is Miami really that bad? Who knows? And Colts are really that good. It could be a fluke for Daniel Jones in week 1. I don't know what to expect, but Daniel Jones will really get tested against the Broncos defense here. I still think Colts can win because they are at home. They came off a great win. Broncos were dicey. They did win their game, but they were a little dicey there. Bo Nix, couple interceptions, did not look good there. But looking at the spread, Broncos on the road favored. This is where I'm going to pick the upset, Colts. Even though I do love the Broncos defense, I think Colts can get that upset at home. So go Colts on that one. All right, moving on. Cardinals, Panthers. Easy one here for me. Cardinals at home. Still don't trust the Panthers at all. Kyler Murray to Marvin Harrison Jr., I believe, will be happening a lot in this game. So go Cardinals in this. James Conner could go off as well. So Cardinals should win that one. They should be favored. Yeah, they're almost favored by a touchdown for the Cardinals. All right, moving on to the Eagles-Chiefs rematch of the Super Bowl. This one's going to be a lot of fun to watch. Chiefs at home, though. Let's see what the spread is on this one. Eagles barely favored by minus 1.5. This is going to be a revenge spot for the Chiefs, of course. They're going to come back with a vengeance. I don't think Chiefs are going to blow out the Eagles by any means. I still think Eagles could win the game. Oh, this is a really tough one because do you want to take the Chiefs in a revenge spot or you take the Eagles proving they are for sure the better team even this year? I still take the Eagles, to be honest. I'm going to take the Eagles on the road. They're going to pull off a big win here. Even though they almost lost to the Cowboys, but that was a division game, I think Eagles will prove they are the better team. Chiefs losing Xavier Worthy didn't help, so Eagles slight lean on that one. All right, moving on to the Falcons-Vikings. J.J. McCarthy looked really good for the Vikings. He was up and down, but second half looked great. Penix Jr. for the Falcons. He's looking good as well. Drake London for that game is questionable at the time I'm filming this video, so we don't know about London yet over there. Vikings at home, though. I'm going to ride that momentum. Let's look at the spread. I'm looking at these spreads in real time here. So, that's how I'm making my picks as well. So yeah, Vikings minus 3.5. I do think Vikings win that game. Bucks, Texans. I don't know what to think about this one. I feel like for me it's a coin flip game. Before I make my decision, let's look at the spread. You can see it here. Texans minus 2.5. Bucks can definitely win this game for sure. People are worried about Nico Collins. I think he'll bounce back and be fine. I love Emeka on the Buccaneers. I'm going to go Bucks on this one. I'm going to do a slight lean on the Bucks on the road. Monday Night Football. We got 2 games on Monday night, by the way. Chargers, Raiders is the last one here. And I love the Chargers this year, so I'm picking the Chargers right off the bat. Love Herbert. Obviously, it's a division game, so Raiders are going to play the Chargers really tough. Raiders could pull off the upset here, but I'm still going Chargers. Let's look at the spread. Chargers are only favored by 3, which is kind of surprising, but they're on the road. It's going to be a tough crowd there in Las Vegas, but I still believe in the Chargers to get that W. So those are my picks. I got to choose how many points. What do they got the total at? 46. Division game, I'll go 38. Sometimes division games tend to be lower. So those are my picks, guys. Chargers, Bucks, Vikings, Eagles, Cardinals, Colts, Ravens, Steelers, Bills, Niners, Dolphins, Rams, Lions, Cowboys, Bengals, and Packers. So those are my picks, guys. Let me know if you agree with me, disagree with me in the comments. I'll see you guys on the next video. Enjoy week 2. Peace out.